Pranky, the yellow kacheek, was created on June 25th, 2011. That's when her character, a 20-year-old office assistant's life, really began. She lived with her sister, Sorregdel, in Neopets Central. This was the beginning because she had finally saved up enough to place a deposit on an abandoned weighing station on Roo Island. Every day, she looked at her daily Roo Island images calendar and dreamt of the moment she could move there. She could now place a deposit and give her 2 weeks' notice. Sorregdel and Pranky moved to Roo Island to renovate their new estate. She'd always wanted to own a hostel and host tourists. The work was tedious and took months. Sorregdel worked as a personal trainer and a hired hand on the side to keep busy. Pranky found a bat in the attic of the weighing station when renovations began. After recognizing the creature's easygoing nature and friendliness, she decided to keep it around as a pet. Pranky spent her time working on the estate and getting to know the region. One day when she was visiting a bookstore, she met Sticksound. Sticksound was a Halloween skeeth who immediately stole her heart. Once the weighing station was in living condition, Sticksound moved in with Pranky and Sorregdel. Sorregdel took this time to dig into their collective savings and improve herself. Pranky urged her to become a more complete version of herself. Sorregdel became a pink Kiri. The hostel opened and became financially sustaining. Sticksound took over bookkeeping and occupied herself with keeping the manor in tip-top shape. But Sorregdel and Sticksound couldn't get along, and their fighting drove Pranky to seek a vacation. Sorregdel thought Sticksound to be a gold digger, and Sticksound thought Sorregdel to be jealous and selfish. Pranky fled to Garaptiku to find herself for 3 months. During this time, tensions rose to an all-time high between Sticksound and Sorregdel. The atmosphere was chasing customers away. Sorregdel sought a headhunter to bring Pranky home. She offered Twyfik, a stealthy bloomeroo, any price to bring her beloved sister home. Pranky was in the deep jungle when Twyfik found her. She transformed from yellow color to disco. She was on a spirit journey and unprepared to return to the hostel. It took Twyfik 2 weeks to convince Pranky that it was time to return to Roo Island. When Pranky returned, Sorregdel confronted her flighty behavior. She presented Pranky with the choice between her and Sticksound. Pranky ultimately chose Sticksound. Twyfik was still in the peripheral during this time, keeping residence at the hostel until Sorregdel's payment came in. He decided to extend his stay indefinitely when Sorregdel pleaded he protect Pranky from Sticksound's grasp. Sorregdel moved out and started her life on her own, separate from Pranky in all regards. Her current whereabouts are unknown. Free from the scrutiny of her older sister, Pranky threw herself fully into her creative projects. This left Sticksound shouldering the weight of running the hostel. Sticksound initially agreed because of her deep love for Pranky, but found herself overworked. Pranky gave her the means to go from a Halloween skeeth to a gold crock, but no lavish gift could sway her comfort. Sticksound redefined herself as Stickso to try and fit her new image as Pranky's significant other and housemate to Twyfik. Her financial advice became more and more erratic as her stress levels reached new heights. Amidst an identity crisis, Sticksound purchased Estate, a home repair robot, to help her on the estate. The dwindling mental health of her partner didn't faze Pranky. She was distracted with a new project, a large garden in the backyard of their hostel. The changing of the season swayed her, and once again Pranky disappeared to Garaptiku. Stickso broke down in Pranky's absence. The tour season was over, and the stillness of the hostel drove her mad. She purchased a slushy shop a block away from the hostel. She began working there, spending as little time in the estate as possible. She refused to ask Twyfik for help retrieving Pranky. Pranky returned on her own 2 months later. She was shocked to find Stickso not in their home. She was enraged when she found that Stickso abandoned her role as the hostel manager. When she confronted her, Stickso accused her of abandoning their relationship. Pranky demanded Stickso pack her things and leave their home. Their relationship was officially over. All in the meantime, Twyfik's parents suddenly died. He inherited a large estate and shed the need to work for a living. He informed Pranky of the situation, but not the magnitude of his inheritance. He's waiting for the right time to tell her. Now we have Pranky, the hostel owner, Twyfik, the permanent resident and headhunter, Estate, the android housekeeper, and Fusey, a temporary resident living at the hostel. The hostel is my Neopets account, which is Tearing, and this was the first time I've ever conveyed my personal narrative of my account over a video. I just thought you guys might want to know a little bit about my original characters. If you liked this video, I have other videos about Neopets, but none of them are about my original characters. I do recommend checking them out. I also blog about Flight Rising and Leoden. Go ahead and check out those videos here. Thanks for watching. Bye!